Welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. Presidency can go north or south. Frank wants coalition against division. Former Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressive Congress (APC), Comrade Timi Frank, has urged leaders of the emerging opposition coalition to avoid ethnic or regional sentiments in choosing a presidential candidate for the 2027 general election. Frank warned that any attempt to exclude any region from contesting the coalition's presidential ticket would jeopardize the credibility and unity of the movement. The coalition must remain focused on its goal. Excluding any region from participating in the presidential primaries will amount to a steel bat for the movement, Frank stated on Monday. He stressed that Nigerians are yearning for a competent and compassionate leader, not a candidate foisted based on ethnic or regional calculations. Nigeria needs a president for all Nigerians, not a president for northern or southern Nigeria, said Frank. We need a president that will help tackle and solve the nation's myriad challenges, political, social, and economic, such as insecurity, unemployment, poverty, and our deteriorating health and education systems. According to the Bayelsa-born political activists, the next president can emerge from any part of the country, provided the person is competent and acceptable to the generality of Nigerians. For 2027, the president can come from anywhere, north, south, east, or west, he asserted. If a northern or southern candidate is popular enough for Nigerians to vote for him across board, let him emerge as president. Frank criticized those insisting that only a southern candidate should fly the coalition's flag in 2027, describing such calls as divisive and counterproductive. Those saying that the South alone must produce presidential candidates for 2027 should perish the thought, he said. Their utterances cast members of the coalition from the remaining 5 geopolitical zones as mere tools to attain the presidency. He called on the new leadership of the African Democratic Congress (ADC), the party the coalition adopted in the past week, to be united in their approach. The coalition adopted the ADC over fears registration of its association as a political party could be derailed. Former Senate President David Mark and Rauf Aregbesola emerged interim national chairman and secretary respectively. As the momentum shifts to the party, agitation for regional candidates began, with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former governors of Anambra and Rivers Peter Obi and Rotimi Amici respectively indicated their interest to contest. This has pitted the supporters of the aspirants against one another along regional lines. But Frank cautioned against regional agitation, arguing that democracy is about open contest. If you believe in your popularity, go for the primaries. Let there be free and fair primaries. If a northern candidate wins, fine. If a southern candidate wins, equally fine. But let no one impose or exclude anybody, Frank warned. In addressing the claim that the South should be allowed to complete its term from 2027, Frank rejected the notion, arguing that past presidents from both regions have often been criticized by their own people for underperformance. Southerners complained about Jonathan and Obasanjo. Now Tinubu is in office and the complaint continue, he noted. Similarly, Northerners are also complaining that Buhari did little for the region. So how does the regional presidency really benefit the people? Frank, who currently serves as the United Liberation Movement for West Papua Ambassador ULMWP to East Africa and the Middle East, also urged the coalition to resist any form of ethnic blackmail disguised as an argument for southern entitlement. Everybody in the coalition is equal, and there must be equal opportunities for all. What is paramount is not north or south, but who will rescue Nigeria, he emphasized. He challenged the claim that the North had monopolized political power since 1999, providing a breakdown of presidential tenures. Obasanjo had 8 years, Yar'Adua had 2 years, Jonathan had 6 years, Buhari had 8 years, and Tinubu will have will have had 4 years by 2027. That's 18 years for the South and 10 for the North. So, who really has benefited more? Frank concluded by warning that any ethnic-driven approach to selecting the coalition's candidate could lead to a crisis and further polarize the country. If we are truly talking about building a better Nigeria, what we should be focused on is delivering a change that benefits all Nigerians, not a North-South argument, he said. Nigerians want a president chosen by all Nigerians, not imposed by region. Well, that's a beautiful statement made by Simi Frank, but he has forgotten that whether we like it or not in this country, there is no way most these politicians always use the sentiment of region or religion or ethnicity from time to time. And when you notice that, so some, if it is not going to be, in their favor, then they begin to speak neutral, like the way this Simi Frank is talking, because his feeling now is the fact that Nigeria is to be rescued even from the incumbent. Their belief is that there is problem and then we need to solve the matter. And if we are going to solve the matter, we must put aside the so-called sentiment that they have been using all along, even to control the masses of this country and to confuse them, not to convince them. And now, when they look at the coalition now, of course, there is an unwritten agreement that power should be in the north 8 years, then it will come to south 8 years, then after that it will return to north. So the incumbent has just spent 2 years now, and then he's going to spend a mandatory 4 years tenure. And then if the people want him to continue, he will still continue for another 4 years, and that will make 8 years for the south. After that, the power can then return to the north, because the power came from the north down to south after they've used it for 8 years. So, but this time around, in the name of we want to rescue Nigeria, Timmy Frank is now saying the new person through the coalition may be from any region. It can either be south or maybe north. But some people with their school of thought believe that 8 years of Southern presidency is sacrosanct. So therefore, anything shorter than that will mean that the coalition will implode. That's just the reality. Many will begin to say to your turn to Israel, because the likes of Peter Obi has been saying they want to run. The like of Amici has been submitting that they would love to spend just one term. And Atiku Abubakar is keeping quiet, but one way or the other, speaking also how his presidency will look like. So I hope that will not be the straw that will break the camel's back of this coalition. Keep liking our channel. Don't forget to spread our stuffs here. Continue to give us your thumbs up and share, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.